In part one of this video, we talked about how we can use a scale factor to solve proportions. We also saw how we can create a unit rate in the middle of our proportions to be able to, we can scale down to the unit rate and scale back up to solve proportions. And this third method is solving an equation. So in order for us to be able to solve an equation, in order for us to be able to solve a proportional equation, we have to write one. So to write a proportional equation, I need to find the constant proportionality. I'm going to use that constant proportionality to write an equation here, and then I'm going to use that equation to solve. So let's get started. If Cameron is walking his dog, after 30 minutes, he has walked 1.5 miles. If he keeps the same rate, how many miles will he have walked in 70 minutes? So my question is, how many miles? So that clues me into which one is my K and which one is my X. First of all, the miles depend on the minutes. So I know that miles is dependent and that minutes are independent. But if I didn't even know that, I can write it this way. If I want to know the miles, remember how I wrote the other ones? I want to know the miles in 70 minutes. Well, if I know that the constant proportionality is always y divided by x, then I know that, and if I write the thing I want to find on top over the other number on the bottom, then I know that the miles is on the top, so miles is y, and the minutes is x because it's on the bottom. So that tells me which one's my y and which one's my x. So that's one strategy for figuring it out. So now I go back to the original numbers I want that I was given as my original rate. 30 minutes is 1.5 miles. So the thing that people do sometimes they take the bigger number and put it on top. But in this case, the miles, remember the miles is the dependent. So the 1.5 miles goes on top. And I'm going to put that over the 30 minutes. And I'm going to make this into a unit rate per minute. And the fastest way to do that is just to divide. So I'm going to do 1.5 miles divided by 30 minutes. That's going to divide and give me the miles per minute, which is 0.05. And that's miles per minute. This is my constant proportionality. This is my constant proportionality. So now that number goes here. Remember, y is the miles. So I take the miles and I multiply that by the miles per minute to, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. To find the miles, I multiply the miles per minute times the minutes because x is the minutes. That's better. And that will give me the miles. Good. So now I have my equation. So here's the equation. That's what makes this the equation method. Now I have to solve it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute the number of minutes, 70 minutes, in for x, because remember, x is the minutes. So I'm going to substitute in 70 for x in my equation. So I'm going to do x becomes 70 minutes, and I'm going to multiply that by 0.05, the constant proportionality. And when I do that, I get 3.5. Now remember, when I multiply these, that equals y. So I'm going to bring down this y. So y equals, well, what's y? Remember, y is the miles. Y is the miles. So this is 3.5 miles. Isn't that what I was trying to find? How many miles, question mark? So 3.5 miles. So there's my answer. So there is the third method for solving proportions, which is using an equation. Thanks.